Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Waiters Academy live stream. I'm back from vacation in Greece. I'm black. It was amazing weather. Karpathos, it's an island in Greece. Turned out to be one of the most amazing islands I ever been. Beautiful beaches, beautiful people, and we had absolutely amazing vacation. Um, So everybody that loves Greece and want to visit some of the most beautiful beaches in Europe and eat amazing food, just you gotta go for it, man. Karpathos is the place that nobody knew until recently. Now it's getting more and more famous. They are building a lot, so maybe the next 3, 4, 5 years is gonna be back with tourists and everything like that. But right now, it just can enjoy it. It was really, really amazing. And I want to talk a little bit about the waiters because we met a lot of waiters. I talked to a lot of restaurant owners. Um, those guys are working like crazy, man. People are complaining about work everywhere in the world. And in Greece, those waiters are working 7 months. Some of them are working all year long, but most of them are working during the summer. And most of them I talk to, they're working more than 12 hours a day, 14 hours a day. Uh, really busy. I mean, really busy. But it's a good thing because, for example, the restaurants that we went to, they were really top restaurants, and people love the food, love the service, and the waiters were making very good money. They were collecting the money for themselves, which really bring their the salary is about $1,000 a month, but some of those restaurants, the waiters were making more than $2,000, $3,000, and more than that in tip. So that's that's a lot of money, and they're working seven days a week, 14 hours a day. Um, I, you know, some were complaining that they're tired, but a lot of them just never say nothing about being tired and being this. And some of them told me that as soon as they finish here the season, they go back to Athens or they go to the big cities and they get jobs there, so they can continue to work. I just don't know how you handle that, but I'm telling you guys, those waiters in Greece, they were working hard, man. And a lot of Greek people, especially new waiters from Greece, they're complaining about serving directly from a big food tray without a tray jack, without the ability to put the tray down. I was observing that a lot this week. Um, the problem with the Greek restaurants and why they don't use straight jacks is you just don't have the space. The tables are packed. The restaurants are small, and the tables are packed. So, I mean, you're like, I'm here, and the next table is right there, and the next table is right there. Behind my back, the waiters barely can go through the lines of tables. Um, there is no place to put the tray jack anywhere, and yes, they are serving from a big food tray. It requires a lot of strength. Mostly those are male waiters, people with experience. Um, yeah, it's hard to be a waiter in Greece, but if you work in the right place, you can make really good money. And I talked to a waiter who was working, and this was probably the best restaurant in Karpathos, Sophia's place. The lady was, I don't know, she was old, but she was working as a waitress. The owner of the restaurant was working as a waitress together with another guy up every single day. Every single day she was there. She was serving us personally. She was an amazing lady, old lady, and maybe she was like 65 years old. And the waiter was like my age, and and he was working in this restaurant for 35 years. 35 years. He started as a real young kid, and so he was 17 years old when he started working there, and he's been working there for 35 years. It's mind blowing, really. But there are people like that. They live this way. It's amazing that people love the job. They love their job. They love what they're doing. It was such a great pleasure to go to this restaurant because you can see immediately. You can feel. They don't need to see it. You can feel immediately that Sophia and his name was Angelos. Angelos, but when he was introducing himself to us, he was like, I mean, Angelo. He was thinking that we are Italian at the beginning, but the real name was Angelos. And those guys, man, they work hard, and you never seen them angry or tired or not paying attention to their guests or what. Everything was like smiles and talk, and it was great. It was amazing, and I was tipping them every night 20%. I was tipping them every night 20%. The bills were not so, because it's not so expensive in Karpathos. But for example, we ate with my wife. We ordered all those fresh big fishes and octopus and salads and some other stuff for the kid and so on. And I'm drinking ouzo when I'm in Greece for sure. My wife drinks beer, but like a 50 euro for a nice dinner that we cannot get off the table, man, with dessert and everything. 50 euro. Um, and of course, I let them. I leave them every night 10 bucks because the food was excellent and the service was just amazing. But that's how you make money. That's how you make money. I have an announcement to make. We have the first two people that came to the Waitress Academy training and completed all five, and now six because of the leadership class. But I don't count the leadership class as a training. This is personally you. So they completed all five courses in 30 days, in less than 30 days, and that's perfect because those are the first two people that will receive actually a diploma from the Waitress Academy, not just the certificates. They will get all of the certificates, but they will get the diploma from the Waitress Academy for completing the whole training, and it's amazing. So I see that the change that I made, the change that I made, that now whoever wants to go to the training gotta pay those 10 bucks, and they finish this training in 30 days, they get their money back. It works, and it's really it gives me a lot of pleasure because I put so much time and effort to create those courses, and when I see people just coming and not doing anything, it's really upsetting. And now I see that not everybody, but a lot of people that sign up for the courses, they pay, and of course they try to finish the course, that all the courses in 30 days, so they can get money back, and that's terrific. I love it. I love it. Oh, my gosh. Daniel Diaz. Where should I start as far as French wine info? And Daniel, I don't know I don't recall you to be signed as a student of the Waitress Academy. But anyway, if you are talking just in general way to start with the French wine, learn the regions, learn the wine regions. What is Alsace, what is Burgundy, what is man, I'm on a different topic right now. So you learn the regions first of all, then you learn the top wines in the regions. What is a Grand Cru, what is a Premier Cru, and then every region has their most famous wines. Okay, so You learn those. You learn those because mostly what you want to experience working in the restaurant selling French wines will be those top wines from the top regions. So, and then of course, you start learning grapes. You know, uh, Pinot Noir. You know, if you are a Burgundy wine, Pinot Noir is the top wine, top red wine, and then of course Chardonnay is the top white wine, and then you have the oh my God, yeah, I'm not feeling so well. Just came back from 1 week vacation, and but this is what you gotta do. So you learn the regions. I got the wine course on the Waitress Academy, and that's exactly what I built. I built you learn the regions, you learn the top wines from those regions, you learn the blends and the different grapes that they produce in those regions, and then if you want to dig deeper, you start learning the combinations and the climate and the years, vintages and stuff like that, because those are also very important. But this is basically what you gotta do about the French wines. Name a couple of regions that I can start. And so you start with the two main regions. You start with Bordeaux and Burgundy, and then of course you got the Rhone River. You learn that. Alsace, um, and and all the little, like you gotta understand, in Champagne, it's Champagne. We learn what the blend in the Champagne is. Then you go a little bit you go a little bit south, and you have those little villages that are producing some of the most famous wines there, like Sancerre, all right, Sancerre, Polyfumé, all those villages. If you see Sancerre, white wine from Sancerre, that means it's 100% Sauvignon Blanc. You have to know that, all right. And then of course the taste and all those kind of things you have to explain. But start with the main regions, like I said, Burgundy and Bordeaux. Then you start learning the top wines in those regions. The Premier Crus and the Grand Crus chateaus, because they're not so many. You have 8 Grand Cru chateaus in Bordeaux. You can learn that, and then what are the top wines that they are producing, because it's very important when you see Chateau Margaux. Uh, when you see a bottle of Chateau Margaux, you should know immediately. This is a Bordeaux. This is so and so. Um, Top wine, very expensive wine, and like I said, you learn that, and and then you dig deeper because, um, for example, if you're talking about wines in Burgundy is a very they produce mostly Pinot Noir, red wines. But if you order 1 year Chateauneuf du Pape, this is a small village that produces this famous wine. And if you order this wine from 2004 and you order the wine from 2009, the difference is going to be huge. So you gotta learn the vintages, which year is a good vintage, which year is not a good vintage. Because although it's a famous wine, although it's an expensive wine, they're not gonna bring the price down because this year was not a good vintage year. They're not gonna bring the price down. But you need to know that, because once you start suggesting wines to your guests, you have to understand that not every bottle, not every year is the same. It's the top wine. Sometimes, you bring terrible wine, although it's very famous and it's very expensive. and it tastes bad because the year was bad. In Burgundy, the climate is playing a huge role in the quality of the wine. And Pinot Noir is a very hard wine to grow, so yeah, you gotta learn all those kind of things. But pretty much, you gotta be ready to spend every single day a lot of time learning more and more, because it's not going to happen you sit down and you learn for like 1 week and then you're going to know a lot about wine. It's not happening like that, because wine learning goes with a lot of reading, a lot of talking between you and your guests that are drinking this wine. You get the information, the feedback from them, write down everything, and then of course you have to test the wine yourself. So this all process, it's building with every single day, every single day, every single. What I was doing when I go to a new restaurant and I need to learn the wine. Of course, before even I hit the floor, I try to learn as much as possible. But then when I go to the restaurant every single day, before opening, for example, instead of going smoking cigarettes or whatever, I sit down and I read the wine list for like 15, 20 minutes, whatever time I have available before opening. And I read the wine list, and I learn every single day something more about this bottle, about this bottle, about this bottle. If I sell a bottle to a guest, and it's a wine that I have not tested, I make sure I tell them that, and if they allow me to take a little sip to test the wine together with them, so we can discuss the taste, the flavors, the tannins, and the acidity, whatever. People love that. They have no problem sharing a little sip with you, so you can test it and you can learn better the wine. And then of course I ask about their experience, what they think the flavors, what they think the balance is, and all those kind of things. And that helps me sell the wine better in the next day to the next guest, because a lot of our guests don't know nothing about wine, but there are a lot of guests that know more than me on anybody else about wine, because especially when you work in the top restaurants, you have some very experienced guests, and sometimes you got some sommelier that are really famous sommelier. I had a case like that. It was very interesting. She put me on my spot. Uh, yeah, she was a really famous sommelier, and she knew a lot about wine, and yeah, that was a little embarrassing for me. Daniel Diaz, thank you, sir. I appreciate your deep answer. I try. Like I said, I just came back from vacation, man, and it's like the names and everything is so far away from me right now. I have in front of my eyes the beautiful crystal clear waters and the beaches in Carpathos. This was amazing. We never knew that there have so many beautiful beaches, so many beautiful beaches. We had a lot of fun, but I'm tired from this vacation, man, because when you're on vacation, there is no childcare, and the kid is in my hands 24 hours a day, and that was really hard. So right now, I need a break from the vacation, and he goes to childcare, and I can chill a little bit. Anyway, I'm planning to go to Rome, Italy. Apologize. So if anybody in Italy watching the YouTube channel, not in Italy but in Rome, because I'm gonna be in Rome only, not gonna travel around. Let me know, guys. I will be happy to stop by, say hi, and see you if you are working somewhere in Rome. All right, guys. I see nobody's talking except Daniel. If you have nothing to say or if you have nothing to ask, Adina Palmer, I am in Milano. Hey, Adina. Actually, we go to Milano. I think we've been to Milano this year 3 times already. but I don't plan to visit Milano there by the next 6 months until it gets warm, man. Because I don't like to go to Milano in the cold months. It's cold. We got nothing to do. I prefer to go to Milano when it's warm. But great place. We love Milano, and definitely visit again next year. I'll let you know. Stop by. Where do you work in Milano? Do you work in a hotel or you work in a nice restaurant or whatever? I mean, it doesn't matter. But it's interesting. There are so many beautiful restaurants in Milano. You can make very good money, although in Italy the Italians don't tip, but you have so much tourists in Milano, man. You can find a beautiful place to work with international tourists and make very good money in this business. But Adina, thank you for being here and thank you for chiming in. Guys, nothing to say. I will close it. I am really down, and I'm just going back to bed, man. What is it? What time? 12 o'clock? Not almost 12 o'clock, but I'm going back to bed to take a rest. And yeah, the next couple of days will be just resting from the vacation. Karpathos is like big mountains, and especially in the town of Karpathos. And we had a beautiful apartment with amazing view on top of one of the hills, and we go to the center, to the beach, not to the beach, but to the port and to the restaurants, walking with the kid. On the way back, he cannot walk this uphill, so I had to carry him. Ooh, man, that was a workout for me. But anyway, it was a beautiful vacation. I guess I I really hope, guys, that you understand how beautiful life could be working in this business, learning, becoming a top waitress or top waiter, and creating for yourself a beautiful, beautiful life. It's it's possible. Everyone can do it. Everyone can do it. Not everyone will, but the people that come to the Waitress Academy to learn, to get inspired, you guys should be able to do it. And I'm talking about not like in the far future. I'm talking about right now. No matter what situation you are in the next 2 years, you should be living a beautiful life. I mean, beautiful life, making tons of money, going out, playing with friends, or taking care of your family, whatever your situation is. But you should be living a beautiful life in less than 2 years if you take this profession seriously, and if you learn, if you polish your skills and become really a top waitress or top waiter. Adina Palmer, yes, I know, I'm from California. Wow, and I just got a job at cafe, but I am still learning Italian, so it's been challenging, but your videos are helping me. Adina, you're from California and you went to Italy in Milano, and that's amazing. Yeah, it is amazing. What part of California you are? I love California, but yeah, maybe. I mean, this. I don't know. LA. All right, beautiful. All right, so LA was my playground back in the days. Beverly Hills and Sunset Boulevard mostly, but also Santa Monica, Santa Barbara. I was because I spent many years in Vegas, and weekends. I love to go to LA, party there. It was amazing. But this is incredible, man. From LA, you just go to Italy, and you learn Italian. That's you're gonna learn Italian. Don't worry about it. And of course, it's challenging when you're working. And most of the Italians don't speak Italian. I hope you are working with more international tourists. But not don't speak Italian. Most of the Italians don't speak other languages. They speak only Italian. So it's going to be hard for you, but that's the best way to learn. You just there is no other chance. You got to talk to those people in Italian, and then of course the more you talk, the more you listen, the faster you learn. So great job, Adina. Um, Good tips there. Been living here for 1 year. Yeah, listen. America is a great. I mean, amazing to work as a waiter in America, especially if you are willing to relocate and search for those markets that you can find the top restaurants and work with top guests and make really top money. I mean, there is no other country in the world that you can make $1,000 a day working as a waiter or waitress. This is United States, um, and I'm talking about back in the days. It's been like now how many years? More than 15 years since I left America. 15 years since I left America. And I was making some days $1,000 a day working as a waiter. I mean, 15 years ago, man. That was that was great. Uh, yeah, good. Hey, Dina, uh, great job. This is absolutely fantastic from someone from LA to move to Milano. I guess you got some learning experience or something. I don't know. Maybe you move with your family, but a lot of people go to Milano for the fashion. They learn. They study. Fashion, and Milano is the capital of the fashion so in the world. So yeah, that's could be the case. Maybe you just like to travel. That's admirable. Yeah, if you're in Milan next year in the spring, we definitely will come back. I'll let you know, guys, and we can stop by the cafe and have a nice espresso, have a nice ristretto. Good, guys. I um, Andina says I was a bartender, but now I have two little kids, so now I am learning barista and yeah, bistro, so it's new for me. I understand. My wife is a bartender, and it's really hard on me because she doesn't want to change. She doesn't want to change. She's a closing bartender at the top resort here in uh, in Austrian Alps, and she loves her job and she doesn't want to go to a morning shift. And basically, in the morning shift, you work as a barista. She doesn't want to do that. She wants to continue being a barkeeper, and that means that she's never at home in the evenings, and I'm always alone with the little monster, and that's really taxing on my nerves and everything. But I understand her. If I had to choose, I would probably as well never choose to be a breakfast waiter because I love to be a dinner waiter. I don't like to work breakfast. I don't like to work lunches. I want to work dinners. I want to sell expensive wines, and the money is in the evenings. Work in the evenings is you make money. Um, but when you have two kids, what are you gonna do? You gotta do whatever you have to do because you gotta take care of the kids. Um, yes, I will keep you posted. It's a lot of fun when people are drinking. Well, I'll tell you the truth, I don't like the bars because I don't like drunk people. That's why I like the restaurant. But of course, it's a lot of fun. I mean, it's fun. People go to the bar to drink and have fun, and you can enjoy that as well. So, yeah. Um, but life's changing, man. You get the kids and completely change. This little kid changed my life on a I mean, I don't even want to explain how my life changed since my son was born, but it is what it is. Still a beautiful life. All right, guys. I'm really closing the live stream now. Thank you, Adina. Best of luck. Um, in the hardest job and most rewarding, I guess you're talking about raising kids. This has been the hardest thing I ever done in my life, man. And I've done some really hard thing, you know. I've done some really hard thing, but raising this kid, my God. All right, guys. Till next time. Peace. Take care of yourself. Stay safe. Stay healthy. Work hard. Make good money. Enjoy life. See you tomorrow. Ciao. Ciao. Arrivederci.